All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Rakak Madash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, it's your brother W.H.O coming at you with another quick video. I'm on plantation time right now. As you can hear the music in the background and the time, see the time. But I want to talk about climate change, all right? Because this is a part of their New World Order agenda. You know, they're planning on having climate lockdowns, stopping people from owning gas stoves, gas-powered vehicles, so forth and so on. Also, us eating meat, switching the diet to bugs, putting bug proteins in certain things, so forth and so on. Some of you brothers know about it. Listen to Klaus Schwab. But what they're saying right now is climate change. You know, it's reaching like a critical point right now, and they're bringing more and more attention to it. What is climate change? Because when you say that, the average Jake doesn't know what climate change is. Well, you know what climate is, right? It's basically the weather, right? So weather change. It's the change of the weather of the earth. But they're saying the change of the weather of the earth's climate is now having different, having effects on the earth. Climate change. We're gonna get into this too. Let's peel this back a layer. Let's unpack this, if I may. Definition of climate change. Climate change refers to a long-term shift in temperatures and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, but since the 1800s, human activities have been the main driver of climate change. You see that? They're blaming this on humans. What should pop inside of your mind right now? When Bill Gates had that TED Talk, and he had an equation up there. He was talking about what? Climate change, right? And then out of the equations, he had P. And P, a part of that equation, stands for what? People, or the population. And he said one of these got to get almost down to zero. And then it was focusing on the P, for the people. The crowd starts laughing. Yeah. And he said if we do real good on snake venom, we can get that, the population down 10 to 15%. So they were saying that, talking about climate change and all that shit right there. But, he was saying that he was going to, kill the population by different means. But still, they were bringing up the equation. And P was a part of the equation that they wanted to get down to zero. And the P stands for people, the population, right? It says human activities has been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, which produce heat-trapping gases. So their equation is the less people on the planet, the less they fart, which stops CO2 levels, because they say that. Methane released in the air. They said the less we eat, so the less cows have to, be birthed. So they say that brings down CO2 emissions. Less people using vehicles. That's why they're trying to take away the vehicles right now. Less burning firewood, because, we got to stay warm. So forth and so on. So they're saying less people, better climate on the earth. Right. And I went to the Google search engine and I typed in how do people add into climate change? And it says human activity is the cause of increased greenhouse gas concentrations. So the whole thing is being blamed on what? Humans, human activities. See, this is the equation. This is what they want to stop. All right. The problem is people. Because it said human activity is the cause. Over the last century, burning of fossil fuels like coal and oil has increased the concentrations of atmospheric carbon dioxide, CO2. This increase happens because the coal or oil burning process combines carbon with oxygen in the air to make CO2. You see that? So human activity is the so-called problem. That's the reason that climate change. Human activity is the root cause. So what do they want to do? They want to decrease the population. They're telling you right here. Salakia. I'm on plantation time, and I had to handle a few things, but I'm back. So continuing, I typed in the Google search engine, would less people help climate change? So I'm asking, would less people You know, if we got rid of people, would that help climate change? And here's what it says. It says human activities are the root cause of climate change. So if you want to cure climate change, right? Because right now it's a problem. Right now the earth is heating up supposedly. Right now things have reached a critical point that we need to do something about climate change. Well, people are the root cause, which gets back to the original point that what? They're trying to chop the population down. If you know the New World Order agenda, you know that's a part of the New World Order agenda. It's to chop the population down by billions to only leave 500 million on the earth. So they're saying climate change. A part of that equation is what? People gotta go. And they say, what's the root cause of this whole thing? People. Human activities are the root cause of climate change. So there seems to be an irrefutable logic to this argument. Reduce the number of people who consume to reduce consumption and thus reduce the creation of greenhouse gases. You see that? We got to get rid of people. This is what they're saying. That's climate change in a nutshell. Meanwhile, you got Shaquita, Bone Chica, making twerk tutorials and how to put on makeup and weave lace front fucking tutorials. And then you got motherfucking Aquarius trying to roll blunts with no hands, man. This is what our people worrying about. While you have the W.H.O coming out and saying what? I'm about to show you right here. I'm about to show you the W.H.O. This is what prompted this whole video. The World Health Organization just came out and said what? They urged the whole world, the whole planet, all the governments to get together and do something about climate change. I'm about to cut it off just for a second. I got some people I got to handle. All right, hold on. Salaki on that once again. I'm in the business of night services, so I got to keep my head on a swivel out here. But anyway, continuing, this is the video of the WHO urging the governments of the earth to aid in this climate change, New World Order agenda. All right, so here it is. And when you hear climate change, we just went over it. It translates into what? Chopping the population down. So don't let them fool you. They'll be saying gas, oil, fossil fuels, burning of fossil fuels, so forth and so on. This all translates into the killing of the population. We just went over it. What is the root cause of climate change? People. So they're saying they have to get rid of people in order to cure climate change. All right. So we're gonna play this video.
WHO calls on leaders from government and industry to work together to phase out fossil fuels urgently and accelerate the transition to clean energy. Fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas are by far the largest contributor to global climate change, accounting for over 75% of greenhouse gas emissions. Weaning the world of fossil fuels is therefore the only way for countries to meet their commitment to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. This is a public health imperative.
And then Hillary says 500.
So there you have it. Oh, but was that a fine? And with that, I'm going to say shalom.